What's up, everybody, and welcome back. We're doing a tier list video. If you don't know what we're doing, you could watch the Space Marines one to kind of get a depth to what we're basing this off of. You'll see the boxes on your screen is where the Space Marines are and what we're working off of. If you want something that is more tournament focused, go ahead and check out our overarching Imperium, Chaos, or Xenos tier lists. That'll give you a little bit better insight as to what our just raw opinions are and how they're playing in the tournament scene and against each other and stuff right now. This is more looking at paper and statistics, but before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and without further ado, let's get into it. So today we've got Space Wolves. Space Wolves, Space Wolves, Space Wolves. So guys, the defense of Space Wolves compared to normal Space Marines.
I think they usually have, from a lot of their units, more in-bone saves.
Yep, and I mean Wolfen
and feel no pain.
Yeah, feel no pain. Woo.
Yeah, we'll see if that changes. If they affect Storm Shields, it could be sending all the Wolfen stock down the drain. You go to 4 up in mortal saves.
Oh, that's so sad.
But yeah, they do that. I think they have a psychic power that could give cover in an area. Like if you're taking a lot of vehicles, it's hard to get cover. These days, so that's a little bit of something that's different than normal Marines, just to pass out cover.
I mean, even their dreadnoughts, though, right, Bird? Like the Wolfen dreadnoughts. I mean, those dudes get 4 up in-bone saves with their blizzard shields.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know that many people are taking those, but yeah, you could get that.
Jamie, the best online player in the world right now, according to Tactical Tortoise, is he's thinking about taking some right now.
So normal Space Marines are to 8. Does that bump them to a 9? Does that bump them to a 10? I mean, it's skin bones, it's feel no pains. I think it just makes them a little bit tougher.
I think 9 is fair.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, it's Marines, right? So it's just a little bit better than normal Marines, I think.
So then you look at their offense and the output difference that they have in the different units that they're able to take from normal Space Marines. What makes them?
Well, hold on. Before we go back, so let me go back to defense. Like, so if you wanted to put lots of invos in a Space Marine army, if you wanted to get lots of cover, you could do that with chapter tactics. I mean, does those things in and of themselves make them more defensive? Like, you could take lots of impulsors, like that's invulnerable saves. You got 1 or 2 units that have slightly different things, but that's not enough to give them a whole point, is it?
Yeah, but they have Wolfen.
I mean, it's Wolfen,
which are a staple point of their army.
Yeah, like I honestly agree.
You're just giving them a point for Wolfen? That's it?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay. I mean, do they get a point on offense because they have Wolfen? Is that how you're going to do it?
I mean,
they have more on offense to warrant another point.
I think so with offense, like they can, one of their shooting units with stratagems can remove the negative to hit, all negatives to hit. So it doesn't matter if they're shooting through forest, doesn't matter if they're shooting a thing in the sky. It could be -3, which if you added +3, then it would be even. But they can just straight up just be like, no, we don't care about that. And they can shoot a whole long thing squad or a dreadnought or whatever into something.
Yeah, I mean, I know offensively they're going to get some points because they got their extra buff in combat, so they're hitting on 2s. Typically, they're they have exploding. They can do reroll wounds for strats, so like they got a lot more.
Yeah, offense. I mean that captain, that smash captain with the exploding stuff is just the grossest thing in existence. Like it is
him or Ragnar, like both
disgusting.
And Wolfen.
So they have all these super hitty, punchy units. They don't have too much extra shooting stuff, right? Everything is coming.
They got the same shooting.
Yeah, everything is coming combat for them. So does their hard hitting combat and let's warrant their mobility to get to you.
Well, they can advance and charge, right, with like a bunch of their stuff. So that's a big deal.
No.
Like Smash Captains could advance and charge. The Wolfen could advance and charge.
there's a warlord trait that you can give to one character that does it. If he
Right.
it's his saga, he can now pass it out as an aura. So he's got to be able to charge something before he can let other units do it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But he can do it himself, though, right? So he can follow the wolf in when there's
And here's another thing: heroic interventions of 6 inches on
6
characters and a
Mhm.
stratagem for everything else.
Put it on a unit. Yeah.
Ugh, it's the worst thing to have to worry about. It is the
It's a long ways.
worst.
It's,
long ways.
it's certainly great for like, I'm going to snake this objective away from you with my little 5-man OPSEC unit, and they're like, no, heroically intervene 6 inches.
Or you just mistakenly do it, and then they're attacking you for free on Wolfen and kill you, and then get 9 inches of free movement. Like, it's not good. It sucks. So like they have a lot of play. It puts them to a 9 for sure. Does it put them to a 10 on offense? Like, are they that good?
No.
No.
I'd say
right?
9's fair.
Yeah, I think whatever they put into the combat stuff, they lose out on the shooting, right?
Yeah.
So I think you still
you do have to put points, right? Exactly. Yep.
So primary, I mean, they've got OPSEC.
They have OBSEC, but they also, it's the same thing, like the Space Marine problem, right? You're spending points on Wolfen. They're not trying to. Wolfen are expensive, and they're not trying to sit and hold an objective at all.
I don't know where this love of Wolfen comes from,
Well,
but I don't think they need anything different for regular Marines on offense because they have the same problem of, I mean, on primary, is they're just limited on number of units. You know? So they're going to be spreading the board out, trying to do that. They have a nice little thing that they can outflank guys onto any board edge. So I mean, that might help them on some of the secondary stuff, and maybe the primary. But,
but I don't think that anything warrants them better at the primary because nothing is saying like, oh, these units are cheaper, you get more of them. If anything, their units are more expensive and they have less.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's worse, to be honest.
That very much could be. Yeah. I mean, you take 10 Wolfen or 15 Wolfen.
Yeah, because I mean, you're kind of like, I need those Wolfen to go fight and punch you.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't afford to let them just hang out on an objective and be real defensive, right? Because they'll just get shot.
Tell you what they do have that's pretty interesting is you can take wolf guards, and you can equip wolf guards with literally anything, right? So you can put wolf guards with jump packs, and they can have like 25 attacks on a 5-man squad of wolf guard. Now they're not very durable because they only have 1 wound apiece, but like they can exactly for now, but they can also dish out mortal wounds too. Like it's just so I think they can be pretty mobile. Back up to defense, by the way. I think a lot of their stuff is kind of mobile, more mobile than your normal. And I think that kind of warrants that extra point right there where they're at, Bird, because I think they're more mobile than normal ones.
So secondaries.
It's the same thing, man. The same old story.
Yeah, I don't know what makes them better or worse at getting secondaries.
I mean, they're actively, trying to fight you, so they can. Usually, they're going for engage on all fronts. If you have any type of characters, right, they usually want to pick that. So you got to be careful with your character counts. But yeah, they're very specific on the ones they want. They don't really want to do stuff like deploy scramblers because, like, their infantry are doing work. So unless they're just tabling you, and now they got a guy that can hang around.
I guess they could do line breaker pretty easily, right?
If it's all working, right? If you get stalled out.
I guess the wheels are still on the bus. Yeah.
I like how I leave in the middle of the road. I mean, I've seen him score lots of secondaries, but I've also seen him like be easily stymied, just like a normal Marine.
Yeah. So then you look at CP. What do they start with? What do they consume pregame? Are their stratagems good? Are they reliant on them?
They definitely want to spend stratagems. They definitely, they want to fight twice if they have some powerful character. They want to explode on their force to hit. They want to reroll wounds. They want to ignore, all those things that we kind of talked about already. They're actively looking for those. You could easily spend 4 or 5 combo CP in one attack.
Their characters can also fight if they die.
Fight on death. Mm-hmm.
So just normal Space Marine stuff. So I mean, it's they want to spend. So like they're looking for that moment where they can just like give you the death blow in one round of combat. Because if they don't get it done in punching, right, and they get left out to dry to get shot at, they're gonna fall down. So
and they hate tremor shells.
So compared to normal Space Marines, they have better stratagems, but they need to use them. Does it move at all?
I don't think so. I really don't.
I mean, it's like if I'm just playing my Ultramarines or my normal Marines, I feel like I'm using less stratagems than they are. They have like very specific ones they want to use, but they're pretty pricey and they're using them a lot, right? So I don't.
But are they better? So does it outweigh the you want to use them versus how good they are? Does that outweigh each other? That's what my question would be.
I mean, it's all relative. Like if it's in the moment where I'm fighting my super character versus their super character, like their strat's way better, right? Than a typical normal Marine guy. And they're going to use a lot more than me. But
right. But that's that. So that literally answers my question. Yes, that outweighs each other. So their stratagems are better. So that would put them up a point, but they're going to be using them more, so that brings them back down a point. So like it counters each other, right?
And they're not really rejetting, so.
Yeah, I don't know. They have really a way that they're getting CP back typically.
So list flexibility. When we did the normal Space Marines, ended up at a 10. With some of these other ones, we've said there's kind of basic things that you have to auto include in list, and it lost a point. They've lost a point for list flexibility because of that, because you don't want to build something without it. Would you say Space Wolves, you're bringing Wolf in, you're bringing Ragnar, or you're not playing Space Wolves?
Kind of, like you have to, and then Ragnar has to have an impulsor, right? More or less, because that's how he gets across the table.
Yeah, I think since they're so combat oriented, like you kind of get a lot less flexibility. They might have access to a lot of units. They're not really taking a lot of units, and they don't have a lot of shooting. You don't really see a lot of Space Wolves.
Can they take Eradicators?
I don't think they got those. Did they get those?
I can't remember if they did or not. They have aggressors, but I just can't remember if they have Eradicators.
I don't remember.
So you guys think they lose like 2 points then for list flexibility, just because like they don't want to take shooting stuff, so their flexibility is less because their stratagems don't warrant it, right? They want to take these combat-oriented units.
Right, because they're heroically intervening, right? You're not heroically intervening with a shooting unit, right? Like you're not like I got extra things to attack, like in combat.
I mean, but they're contemptors though. Like those contemptors, their type of contemptor being able to always hit anything and that they shoot on twos, at least one of them, is pretty strong. I don't know.
As opposed to threes, I mean, it's not. There's other ways to get to that. It's like, you only ignore your captain -1, right? So it's not as big a deal.
Yeah, and pretty much what we're just saying, Damien, is like because you want the Wolf and because you want Ragnar, because you want stuff that's going to support them and help them in this combat attrition front of moving across the board, having 3 executioners sitting in the back line does nothing. So like you're not going to take that with them, right? So now you start looking at units that have these type of things for Space Wolves, and you start to go in the Space Marine Codex. This 40% of the Codex is just straight up not going to be used by them because it doesn't warrant how it works with their core units. So now their list flexibility is less, because otherwise you're going to play a different faction if you want to play those other things. You're not going to play Space Wolves.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. If you want to shoot a lot, I mean, you're not playing Space Wolves. They're not really wanting to do that. So they can do it, but they're not really taking those units. So it's not really.
I honestly think going down to like a 6 or a 7 is where they end up with that. If you look at it like that.
But they still have access to a bunch of stuff. But you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. But you're not taking those if you're playing Space.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Is compared to normal Space Marines, you are not using the whole thing. You're going to say, I'm no longer playing Space Wolves and I'm playing something else.
Yeah, I'm good with a 6.
I know it's a little bit different, but it's like, when we compare it to the Space Marines, and that's what we're doing, they're not using the whole thing. And if they do, they're really not benefiting from it then, right? So now everything's going to get skewed from that. Like,
all right, let's do it then. Let's be there.
Do you think they need to be higher? What do you think they need to be?
No, it's fine. It's fine. You've convinced me. I'm just sad I'm convinced.
Poor Space Wolves.
Space.
I like the Space Wolves. I like them a lot. My brother.
I like Space Wolves. I mean, they punch like it's going out. It's crazy how hard they hit. But
where are they placed? What's the number? Oh, is it B? Oh, is it B?
Wait, I just had them.
They're right there. Oh, okay. I can deal with that.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's not where they are.
Oh!
40. It's 42. Sorry.
Oh, not B. Oh no. All right, fair enough. Onward and upward, gentlemen.
I'm sure if you're an avid Space Wolf fan, or if you got your face beat in by them, you guys think they're better than B. But if you have different thoughts, let us know in the comments. If you missed the boat, should they be higher?
And like honestly, like what's taking them from like an A to a B there is like just how we're saying the list flexibility is, how we're saying the CP is. That does not mean that they're not good. Like, just to be clear, like Harlequins are way down here in the bottom of B. Harlequins are playing in a tournament atmosphere and against other lists right now in that SS plus tier, right?
Yep.
But because of how we're just judging things, this is where they're ending up. So don't take it personal, and just understand that that's why things are ending up where they are.
Your army sucks.
Like
that's what we're saying.
Yeah. Like yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
See you guys later.
See, I take it personal. They have Harlequins. All right.